Are we online?
Yep.
Okay. Good evening. I'd like to call this meeting, the New York City Planning Commission, to order. May we have a roll call?
Johnson,
Aye.
Velez,
Present.
Burgos, Davis,
Present.
Wolf, Gaines, Moore.
Here.
It's noted we have a quorum. Minutes from the previous meeting. Has everybody had a chance to review them? Are there any changes? Hearing none, do we have a motion to accept?
I make a motion to accept the minutes from the April Planning Commission meeting. Wow, sorry.
Second.
Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Johnson,
Aye.
Velez,
Aye.
Davis,
Aye.
Moore.
Aye.
Did everybody receive their zoning hearing board report? Are there any questions? Hearing none, unfinished business. New business zoning cases. We have 15-2025-Z-SE-V 409 West Market. First, we'll hear from staff and then we'll ask applicant to step forward.
Okay, the applicant wished to establish a group home with more than 6 to 8 occupants. They want to allow up to 16. So they're doing a variance for that. They need a variance for the off-street parking because they cannot provide the required parking because they're landlocked. And the last one, the special exception for the group home, is because this special exception is needed in the UN2 zoning district.
Yes, ma'am. Could you provide your name for the record?
Yep. Good evening. My name is Courtney Beekler. That's B as in boy, U-E-C-H-L-E-R. And I am here representing Safe Haven of York in Pennsylvania Incorporated. We have before you an application that, as was stated, is meant for a group home. The proposed building would be utilized as a licensed residential facility for individuals recovering from addiction, providing a safe, supportive, and structured environment. As a licensed facility by the state of Pennsylvania, the property would offer comprehensive services designed to help residents rebuild their lives, including access to counseling, life skills training, and peer support groups. The facility will focus on creating an environment of accountability and personal growth with a team of trained professionals supporting residents through their recovery journey. Of note, the Department of Drug and Alcohol Programs has already conducted an inspection of this location, and they have received a certificate of licensure from DDAP to operate as a recovery home. And it is with that purpose that we apply initially for our special exception to be recognized and permitted to operate as a group home.
Will there be a 24-hour staff available, or?
For the day-to-day operations, I invite one of the applicant's members to speak to that.
Hello, I'm Joe Gerdich, G-R-D-I-C-H. I didn't know if I had to spell, it's a weird spelling, my family's from Croatia. What was the question, sir?
Will there be a 24-hour staff?
Yeah, what we have is house managers. I'm the director of operations. I'm there during the day, 9 to 5, 8 to 5, 8 to 6, 8 to 7. And we also have house manager that's there at night and on the weekends to do the supervising, the drug testing, the sign in, sign out. And these are men that was handpicked that are doing the deal in recovery. They're responsible, they have jobs, and so they help us out at night and on the weekends, and they actually live there. So yeah, to answer your question in short form, there'll be someone there 24/7. Absolutely.
And how many men are you expecting to house?
Well, it depends on the time of the year, to be honest with you. I think we were trying, what we wanted, 15, 16. that fluctuates. Are we predicting to be filled? Probably not, but the number would be 16. Sure.
As a max.
Yeah.
This probably doesn't have anything to do with your request, but what type of services are you going to provide?
Well, right now, what we have is like all the resources in York. We guide them to counseling. Just for example, I'll give you some of the brief. They have to do a 90-90 AA or NA, that's Alcoholics Anonymous or Narcotics Anonymous. There's a curfew. They have a chore. They're guided to counseling. We have guys coming in from the recovery community talking about jobs, helping with resumes, stuff like that. It's basically, it's a safe, clean and safe environment to start their recovery journey. All our clients have to do at least 30 days in a rehab before they come to Safe Haven. So they come at least 30 days abstinent, and these are the gentlemen that already show they're willing to take the next step in recovery.
So it's comprehensive service then?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
And everyone working for us, everyone associated with it, including myself, are in recovery. Yeah.
Any other questions?
As far as the ordinance is concerned, what is the difference between a group home and a rooming house?
Well, the difference is between the rooming house and the group home. Group home, they have to be registered through the state of Pennsylvania with the DDAP license that they acquire. Rooming houses doesn't have it.
So if the property would be sold, it would still have to be sold to another entity that would be registering properly and all that jazz, right? Like it couldn't be bought by someone and then just turned into a rooming home.
Correct.
Or something. Okay.
Correct. I think Nancy said that we should put the stipulations that if they sell, it goes back to a single family house. But that's up to y'all.
Okay.
Group homes are also HUD protected as far as applications of this sort.
Okay. Then in that, we have been putting stipulations on group homes, not group homes, but rooming houses, that upon transfer of the property, it reverts back to single family. Is there any problem you would have with that stipulation being placed on it?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
We plan on being there for a while. That was good. So, but yeah, whatever the city.
Okay.
We're willing. And just to let you know, we're involved. We have like I don't know if this helps. We do once a week. We'll do a block cleanup. All the guys walk up and down the street with garbage bags, cleaning up. Try to help our neighbors. We know our neighbors. They know me. If there's a problem, they call me directly. So yeah, we try to, you know what I mean? We're trying to get these guys back into the community and being responsible adults. Don't always work like that, but that's our mission. So yeah. No loud music. There's no music after 10 o'clock. We have a curfew. 10 o'clock curfew, they have to be back at the house. No linger in front of the house. They're not allowed to smoke in front of the house. We have smoking areas in the back, stuff like that, so. All right.
What was the prior use for this property? Do you know?
Prior to this, it was a rental. So one request is for that stipulation, instead of a single-family home, that it be reverted back to the business space or the original, the two-family construct.
Okay.
So.
Can we confirm that it was in fact a multifamily? We have a lot of properties that have been sold as multifamily, and they are not multifamily with the city. I believe that one actually was. I mean, I lived there for, a while next door and saw that it was two-family, so it was being inspected. So, all right, reverts back to multifamily.
Any other questions?
Did anyone send any letters in or any of that jazz? I would like to put on the record then that I'm cautioned about the concentration of services in that block in WECO. But absent any public comment or outcry, I'm not going to stop it or anything, but
May I comment?
Yes, ma'am. Could you step forward?
Yes. Teresa John Askew, council member, and I normally make it my point just to, listen quietly. I am concerned about the concentration. I know I was at a meeting recently where planning and zoning both approved another recovery house on the 600 block of, I think it was West Market Street. And though there may not be people here, but I think we still have a responsibility to be mindful of the overall effect on the neighborhood as we move forward. And that maybe people can't be here, but I think we still have a responsibility to be mindful of our, planning. That's all I need to say.
Thank you. Did we send out notices to the adjacent properties?
Yes.
I have a thing in our window too. I'm sorry.
That's okay, that was me. Yeah, there was a posting in the window, so anybody that was local would be able to have seen that this was taking place. To quickly address that, because it does come up as one of our variances later on, is the request for the variance to parking. What we have seen historically as a primary concern once you start having a concentration of individuals in one space is what that does to parking, specifically in the city of York. That being said, there does not tend to be an increase in parking, even though there's an increase in personnel. A large part of that is these are individuals who do not have licenses, they do not have cars that are registered to them. All that being said, in the event that there happens to be somebody who is a resident that has the availability of having a car and owning and operating that car, the applicant has already identified alternate off-street parking that is available that the organization and the applicant would secure for that individual. So you would not see an increase in off-street parking or on-street parking within that designated area.
okay.
I have a question. What block is this? Is this between Penn and Hartley?
400 block.
Is that
Penn and Hartley,
Penn?
yes.
Okay. So that would be the only recovery house on that block, because the
That is
other one's
correct.
2 blocks up, and the other one's on my block, which is 300. So
Yeah, one's on
there's not
300
a
and one's on 600.
concentration of them.
We're closer to that side.
Yeah.
And to clarify the concept of the concentration, because I remember this coming up a couple years ago, further down where someone wanted to open another house, it was more the concentration of the entire set of services, where it has resulted in, because of the kitchen that's there, because of the recovery house, because of the, there's, for better or worse, you drive through that section and there are gatherings, like they're at the bus stop, they're at Penn Market there. And so before it was a concern of there are people that live and businesses that are on that block. And if we concentrate too many of these services in one place, it becomes an undue burden onto the people in that block who are still trying to do normal things in that block. And so that is, when I say concentration of services, that's what I'm keeping in mind. Parking, I don't care about parking. You live in a city. So I would get rid of parking minimums if I could entirely and just let people deal with it. Cities are for people, so.
Question. It was formerly a 2-unit that's going to be reconfigured. How many bedrooms are currently in the property?
So in your packet are photos that show you just the size of each bedroom.
We
and-
did not get the photos.
Let me paint a picture for you. So each bedroom, right now, the way that it is constructed for the ability to identify the feasibility of 16, these 16 bedrooms that are set up are independent spaces. There are no bunk beds, there's no overcrowding. So the setup, are you given a diagram? No. In your packet?
It is 3 floors though, right? It's a 3-floor building, yeah. Yeah. It's a lot of floor, it's a lot of space.
You want to describe some of the rooms?
Sure, they're bigger rooms, the guys get their own space, we don't jam a bunch of guys in. They got their own little space. DDAP rules, I think it has to be 70 square feet to meet DDAP expectations for each individual. They get a dresser, a bed, a nightstand, a lamp, overhead fan, air conditioner. And they're pretty spacious. It's nice. Some of the rooms are smaller than the others, but we don't jam a bunch of guys in there. We don't have bunk beds. No one's sleeping on the couch or the floors. To address your thing about concentration of services, and I understand that completely, we have strict rules. You're not allowed to hang out in front of the house. When you leave the house, you go. Like, there's no groups of guys smoking, hanging out, because I could see where that would present a problem.
Appreciate it. Okay.
So what are the common areas? I'm looking at sofas, big screen TV.
Living room, we have a living room on the second floor. We have a kitchen, and then we have a back room with a TV, dining room table. Then we have the out back, which is completely fenced in and isolated. Those are the common areas. A lot of guys in the summer have a tendency to hang out back. Again, it's fenced in on all sides. In the back of us, there's a garage. So like we literally, no one sees us back there. And then, like I said, the living room, go up the steps, second floor, straight ahead's a kitchen. Behind the kitchen's a big dining room with a TV screen in it. So yeah, they have enough. But like our mission isn't for them to linger a lot at the house. We want them out and active at meetings, at work, concentrating on repairing their life, not like, hanging out the house all the time.
This is sorry, not a very important question, but in assisting the people just trying to get back on the right track, will they be responsible for their own transportation from the NA and AA meetings?
Well, what's nice about our location is 90% of the meetings are in walking distance from the houses. But what we encourage, and this is part of recovery, they meet guys at meetings and then they start getting rides, and the other guys, that we promote that community within the recovery community. We don't like guys just going out on their own. So just for an example, a new guy, when he comes, the veterans will get him to meetings until he finds his own way in New York. We have a sign in, sign out sheet. You're not allowed to taking a walk. You have to have a destination. We don't want you hanging out. Those days are done. No lingering on the streets. You have a destination. When you leave our house, you're going somewhere and you're coming back. So yeah, they get there. York, I don't know if you know, there's a lot of meetings. You might not know, there's a lot of meetings all day, every day in York.
Gotcha.
I guess it could be a blessing and a curse. Depends on the way you look at it.
Market Street also has the bus system.
Yeah, we're 3 blocks from the main bus terminal.
Gotcha.
Is there a fire escape system in the rear of the house? Because I didn't see one in the photograph.
Yeah, we have DDAP had us install ladders,
Oh, okay.
throw out ladders. They come and inspect them. They had to be a certain kind, a certain, what is that, ASME regulated ladder. So we have one on each floor. You have to have a fire escape on each floor. Yeah. Yeah, they wouldn't pass us with that. That's their biggest thing.
Yeah.
Fire extinguishers, fire escapes, fire alarms. Yeah.
Any other questions or comments? Do you have anything else you would like to add, ma'am? Do we have a motion on the variance for street parking?
I make a motion to approve a variance for off-street parking requirements as defined in section 1304.01.4.05.002D at 409 West Market Street.
A second.
Motion second, further discussion. Hearing none, roll call. Aye.
Velez,
Aye.
Burgos,
Aye.
Davis,
Aye.
Gaines,
Aye.
Moore.
Motion passes. Do I have a motion for the variance for group home? Before you start any motions, it says 6 to 8 occupants on our sheet. And
So-
you're going for 16?
That is the special exception for a group home, which is why following the designation as a group home, we have a separate request for a variance to that number.
Okay. So do we have a motion?
A motion to approve a variance for a group home of 6 to 8 occupants to allow up to 16 as defined in 1304.01.04.001B at 409 West Market Street.
Second.
Motion second, roll call.
Johnson.
Aye.
Velez,
Aye.
Burgos,
Aye.
Davis,
Aye.
Gaines,
Aye.
Moore.
Nay.
Motion carries. Do I have a motion for the special exception for a group home?
I make a motion to approve a special exception for a group home at 409 West Market Street on the condition that the property revert back to multifamily on transfer.
Second.
Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Johnson,
Aye.
Velez,
Aye.
Burgos,
Aye.
Davis,
Aye.
Gaines,
Aye.
Moore.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you, folks.
Thank you.
When is the zoning hearing board meeting?
Thursday.
Thursday.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Why did we get a copy of the zoning ordinance by email?
We asked for it. Wasn't that what we asked for in the meeting?
Wait,
Oh, you
why
asked-
do we get, yeah, it may have happened when I was doing stuff. It was, she was just like sitting there reading it and we're like, there's no, like, we're never taking any action on it. So we'd asked if we could just get it emailed and then it's a submitted report to us and then we can read it if we
I
want.
I
Yeah.
didn't understand. Was this at the info meeting or what?
No, this was like 2 years ago or so, yeah. Yeah, we've been,